What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. Vicky, how are you?
I'm sad. I'm
Uh,
super sad.
about what?
I ordered 2 Krispy Kreme donuts and there's only one in here.
Hope you got your receipt.
I'm not going to drive all the way back there.
Well, that's a one
I'm
star on Yelp.
going to write them an email.
That's a one star on Yelp. So today, since Father's Day is tomorrow, we decided to go on and do our review discussions on Miss Marvel and Kenobi today. So that's why we're doing them today. So Miss Marvel is up first, episode 2 entitled Crushed. New favorite term, Illuminatis.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That's my new favorite term. This one we're pretty much picking up where first episode left off. Kamala is now hyped that she has powers, even though she knows absolutely nothing about them.
No.
But she is hyped nonetheless. Opening is pretty funny with her like confidence through the roof and everything. So it was a pretty funny opening. They even had their own little training montage. They could have had better music for the training montage. Sorry, the '80s have spoiled me on training montages. I mean, the '80s had the best montage music ever, and this montage music just wasn't hidden. It just wasn't hidden. But yeah, this episode you kind of get a little bit more background into her a little bit more, especially like her more of her family, more of her being her fun-loving, awkward self that I'm surprisingly attached to now. Just because I feel like the actress is doing a good job. She's killing it to me. Iman, I think her name's Iman. I hope I'm saying this right. Iman Vellani. She is killing it to me. So I'm pretty much enjoying her and her best friend's interactions. Even though I feel bad for him, I feel bad for Bruno. That friend zone, sir, friend zone is not a good zone to be in. To be fair,
Yeah.
uh, her best friend also hilarious. She's pretty much a savage, for the most part. Uh, it's a very I don't want to say subdued episode, but it's the episode's kind of like it's very even keel until the end where she actually has to save someone, which they did a good job of showing it, and also did a good job of showing her taking her eyes off the ball and almost turning her heroic moment into a tragic moment, which that all in all was like, okay, you were right there. You don't pose until you get them on the ground safely.
Yeah. So I didn't think the episode was even kill. I think they definitely were building like who she is as a person with like the mosque, with the potential for her brother to be all up in her business, on her date and things of that sort. So I think they were really building who she was and the family dynamic, the religious impact, and things of that sort. So you just get more of about her background.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I guess I meant like more even keel from like not a lot really happened. It was more on the
It's more
story
about,
side.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
more a story
yeah, it's
than
more on the story
action.
side.
Yeah.
Which brings me to shadowy government organization. I guess um I don't I'm
So
do
like,
people not understand that you don't have to answer a question without
yeah,
a
like what? How? Why? Was like, and also you were a juvenile. The first thing you'd be like, "Where are my parents?
yeah, they
Where's my
can't just
parents?
up and
I'm not
question
talking without my parents."
yeah, they can't just
So
up and start questioning you.
they scooped you up from the like, and you just went willingly without telling your parents. You don't know this person from a can of biscuits. What is wrong with you? Ain't no way. They're like, oh, you have to come with me. No, I don't. Where my parents?
Yeah.
And as an adult now, where's my lawyer? You
Well,
can make an appointment with my lawyer, and I will come in then. You're not just going to take me.
That whole entire sequence, it feels like they should have. There's another scene that they should have probably showed before that, because they just show her they show Zoe in the actual interrogation room. I'm like, that came out of nowhere.
Like, did her parents not like? No. Mm-mm. And then and then you have Kamala having the her visions, or I guess her great grandma.
Yeah, her great grandma. I'm guessing.
Yeah, who apparently has such a bad reputation. But I'm sure like it probably came from hiding her doing mystical things over there.
Or not hiding, and people just got to the point where they was just like, how dare you, or situations like that. It's very weird because like when she goes to talk to the okay, like so when you go to the mosque thing, because they had like it looked like kind of like a fair, like a community fair. It looked like
it was Eid. It was a celebration. It was a Muslim celebration holiday.
Okay. So they had that, and like there was a breakdown of like the different groups, and the way they did the breakdown was hilarious. Like the Mosque Bros, the Illuminatis, which I'm going to be using that from now on with my
no matter where you're at, there are cliques no matter what.
No matter what. So Kamala had to go talk to the Illuminatis, and of course they were all gossiping. So I'm wondering which one was actually telling the truth, because you heard like 20 different things. I'm like, there's no way she's gonna figure out who's telling the truth.
Yeah, because none of it was the truth. All of it was the gossip.
Yeah,
told passed down from whatever, and stories manipulated. And there you go.
Which that all made for a real funny exchange. That whole part was a real funny exchange. Plus the whole thing with like her dad. I still like the dad and the brother. They're still like the best two characters on the show to me. Especially because her friend wants to get on the what they call it, the Mosque Council, and she needs Kamala's dad's support. So she basically guilt trips him into doing it.
Like, you wouldn't want to crush a young woman's future and her spirit. Like, you don't want to destroy it, do you?
Like, well, I'm Kamala's best friend, and you're like a dad to me. And I'm like, oh, she's pouring it on thick. And then you look at his face. He knew he was screwed. He knew he was screwed. Yeah. Like, God dang it. Which I thought was hilarious, and I'm like, yeah, that was kind of that's savage. That is so savage. So what did you think about the her little heroic exploit for the episode?
It's good that she stepped up, but again, she needs more training. She probably would have been fine if again that spirit didn't all of a sudden start talking to her in the middle of it, and her powers are going crazy and whatever. And maybe she shouldn't be running from whatever that thing is and talk to or go into the void or whatever. Like, you're somebody trying to contact you from the other side, and you can't be trying to save people while somebody's trying to contact you from the other side, because it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
You put that little boy,
Well, the little boy survived.
Yeah.
So that's good, because he was gonna die if she didn't.
Well, if she did nothing, it was a wrap for him.
Yeah. That was a long way down. So
I'm like, yo, fool behind, hanging out the window,
trying to get light,
trying to take a picture.
Trying to get likes. That's what happens when you're trying to get likes.
Listen, and that.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
So how did you like the how they were showing her powers? Because I'm starting to I'm starting to like it a little bit, even though I think they probably would have been better if they would have kind of went with what it is in the comic. How do you like that?
I mean, it feels like Green Lantern ish in a way, right?
Yeah,
I guess that would be the power that's closest to that type of power that she's
yeah,
doing. Um, some light refracting, blah blah blah. That's why I also like the story of the the mom finding her dad by following the light because her
oh yeah,
dad obviously we know what the light was. he
yeah,
got the little we know what the little sparkly or wait no was sparkle lights or whatever she called it. I'm like obviously that was the dad. I guess the dad was using it then, so it wasn't the mom. If the dad was the one, unless the mom was the one who sent her,
yeah. I'm thinking the mom sent her
so the
that
mom
way.
sent her to whatever.
Yeah,
But now that takes us to the supposed crush boyfriend and his shady mom because she just
yeah.
hopped right in his car, totally showed off who she was, and the fact that he automatically opened the door was like Kamala get in. There's a lot of question marks. They're like, oh yeah, and his mom. So
Well,
it's like
he the way he came in, you were like, okay, yeah, this ain't gonna end well.
it's like, oh gosh, here we go. And then whatever the mom wants with her.
Yeah, so like with the way he came in the beginning of the episode, I'm like, yep, uh, Bruno, buddy, pal, you might want to go and take that opportunity in California. Just go on and take it, dude. Just save yourself some heartbreak and just go on and take it. I know you saw how she was looking at old boy. You ain't got a chance, bro. Just go on and go to Cali. Just move to Cali. It'll
And
be all right.
he kept walking in the car. I'm like, shut up, sit back, shut
Yeah.
up. This conversation is not involving you. Sit in the back and shut up.
I mean, you can see the levels at which his spirit was breaking. I mean, it was sad. It was hard to watch. Funny to me, but hard to watch.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, sit in the back, shut up.
Yeah, just bro, you ain't winning this one, bro. You're just not gonna win this one. But I like the little cliffhanger. I don't know what the that organization is doing. The shady because they're not the police,
No,
so don't know what they're doing. Don't know what they're up to. They do try to corner her, but she actually gets out of it. But I'm just like, okay, what are we doing here? I still don't know who the
yeah, like,
conflict is.
and they're not Shield.
No,
So are they running around snatching up people before Shield can or whatever? And then what does his mom want with her? What shady person is she? So
yep.
just because he picks her up don't mean he ain't necessarily a good person either. Because he wasn't forthcoming from the jump. So what is his agenda?
And which basically means it was a setup from the get.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I mean, overall, interesting episode. The cliffhangers, they're doing a good job on the cliffhangers because the cliffhanger makes you want to watch the next episode. So they're doing a good job with the cliffhangers. So we'll see what happens next week. This is one of those MCU shows where I don't really know a lot about it. I just know the character of Kamala. I don't know. I don't read the book, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking into this with no real expectations. But I am liking the characters. The one thing I will say about this show is the characters are very very good. Like Iman is killing it. The Bruno's killing it. Love the dad and the brother. They're my two favorites. Oh, one more thing. Did you like the way the mom pretty much had a complete 180 this week as opposed to last week?
What do you mean?
It's like she was way more like she wasn't as uh uptight and you know uptight and basically like what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I think she was the same. I think she was the same. I don't feel.
I thought she was a little like a little more understanding this week. I'll put it like that. I
Uh,
thought she was a bit more understanding this week.
no, it felt like a very stern Pakistani Muslim mom.
Okay.
Like she, like they have their moments, but she's still gonna be like, however, you
Yeah.
act a certain way, you're gonna do this, blase, blase. And we don't talk about that, Kamala. We don't talk about that.
I am gonna say this though. I do like that how her parents do genuinely like Bruno because I thought that was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like they really pretty much love that kid. So I thought that was actually pretty interesting. So just for my own little sake. So Kenobi,
Could no.
episode number 5, entitled Part 5. Yeah, this show doesn't have titles. So
No, I
uh,
guess because they're doing it like the movies. I guess.
basically. So this episode had a nice start. We knew from the beginning that Hayden Christensen was coming back as Anakin, and this episode we get to see him for a good chunk of the episode because the episode is basically broken into 2 flashbacks. One with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and well, it's a flashback with Obi-Wan and Anakin, not 2 flashbacks. One, but they mirror what's happening in the present. So that's that. Now in the last episode, we did have uh, them getting off of the Inquisitor base and
Mm-hmm.
heading back to the rendezvous point for the I guess you could call them the rebels, I guess. And we know that Third Sister had put a tracker on Leia's little robot companion, Lula.
It wasn't even a tracker. She hacked it and took control over that thing. There was a tracker, which is you follow people, and then she hacked that thing and took
Well,
control.
either way,
That was
they
creepy.
were on they were on them either way. Uh, and during the beginning, Third Sister finally gets her title of Grand Inquisitor. Stick a pin in that. We're gonna come back to that. So this episode is basically Vader is like, okay, we're gonna smoke them out, bring Kenobi to me alive, all that other good stuff. Kenobi is finally getting his feel back for the Force. Like they were doing it gradually, but now he's getting his feel back, and he's getting to see the old general coming out in him, where he's like thinking 2-3 steps ahead,
Mm-hmm.
basically. And I think that's actually a good thing about this episode because I know some people have been like a little bit upset that he hasn't been acting like Kenobi, and I'm like, you got to let him get to that. In this episode, they are actually able to get to that. We get some more of uh, Ice Cube's kid leading the. I can't because I forget his name in the episode. I
Yeah,
just
yeah. Ice Cube Jr. That's fine.
yeah. So we get some more of him now. They know that it's going to take a while for them to get everybody and their fuel back up so they can get off the planet. And of course, Vader shows up, and they only have like a few hours to
Nope.
try to stall him and get off the planet. Yeah. this this is where things kind of get a little interesting for me because now it gets confirmed basically that Third Sister Reva is the little girl from the first episode. You called it.
What I say?
Yeah. So she is the little girl from the first episode. She pretty much had to do what she had to do to survive, and that pretty much made her the way she is. She wasn't. She's mad at Kenobi. She is mad at Kenobi. She has a reason to be mad at Kenobi, and she basically says why. She's like, "Look, Anakin was your Padawan. Why didn't you stop him?"
Yeah. Why did you do nothing?
Yeah.
You ain't did
So,
nothing. I had to pretend to die, line up under the bodies of my family, because you didn't handle it like you should have.
yep. Which is actually true because he could have ended Anakin. He just didn't do it.
Yeah.
He could have, and that's what he was supposed to do, but he didn't.
Nope.
Um, and then she turns around like, "No, I'm doing this so I can get close enough so I can kill him." And I'm like, "Ooh, that ain't gonna end well."
Yeah. Like, well, we know that's not happening, but
Yeah,
at least we know she wasn't. She wasn't actually. It was like that don't make no sense for her, like to flip and turn so much unless they did something to her. And come to find out, she ain't flipping turn nothing. She like, you know what? Keep your enemies closer. I'm gonna be all up in his face, doing everything, and I'll kill anybody and everybody I need to get to where I need to get to.
basically.
Uh,
So
uh,
basically, she was on a
real quick,
suicide mission from the
yeah.
get.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
she was like, I have nothing to lose. My brother, because you know how we're talking about the serial killer trophies.
yeah.
So he says they explain why they do that to the bodies in Rebels and the Fallen Order game. It's a trap for other Jedi.
Hmm. Yeah, it works. Like that, it works.
Yeah.
Um, so they do get surrounded. Now, here's the problem that I have, and that I always have with Star Wars. How do stormtroopers that bad at shooting?
Like pew
They
pew
literally they
pew.
literally have them in a hallway. They literally have them in the hallway. All they got to do is just point, and it's a bottleneck. The
Yeah,
ones in front get on one knee, the ones behind them stand up, and they just it's fish in a barrel, and they
no, missing everybody,
missing everybody.
or they might
Uh,
hit one person out of the 80 people standing there. They hit one. It don't make no sense.
and the only reason why that one hit that one person because he ran up on him and like that's and that stormtrooper still got shot.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, all right,
Pew
but
pew
but Tyler, the woman who's been helping Kenobi for the past two episodes,
pew.
she went out like a G.
Yeah. She was
One time,
like,
one
she
time.
got shot. Her robot was dying. He provided cover for her. I'm like, oh, and
And
you know, she the droid, and then she's like, all right. She got her little bomb. She's like, go, boom.
yeah, in other words, she's not going to be in season two. So
It's a wrap. She's
yeah,
gone.
it's a wrap. I will say like for the most part, the action in this is an episode that is like it's heavy on the action. It's heavy on the because it's kind of sad, especially because Vader ain't playing. This is not a playful Vader. This is not a I'm going to monologue Vader. This is a Vader that's going to kill you,
Yeah.
and they've done a good job of showing why people are afraid of him, the ones that do know about him, why they are afraid of him. Because basically, when he comes down there, when he comes planet side, and she tells him, "Okay, I got Kenobi trapped," and he goes through that whole little compound. When he finally gets to the ship, he rips that ship apart like it's tinfoil.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there like, um, Reva, please reconsider. Reva,
Think
please
about it.
reconsider. This is not going to work. You trying to attack him is not going to work. And then we probably get a very good fight scene between Reva and Vader. But it mirrors what's been happening throughout the episode in the flashback with Anakin and Kenobi, where Kenobi was showing Anakin that, look, man, you got to stop being so aggressive because you're so focused on victory that you miss opportunities like that you're open to losing basically.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what he did to Reva, except he wasn't nice about it. It was kind of he kind of basically like, you're not better than me. You never was better than me. You never was gonna be better than me. I played you
Like I knew who you was all along.
the whole time. Yes, I knew you were playing dead. Yes, I know who you are, and I killed everybody in front of you, and I'm glad I did it. So that's basically how he was acting.
Yep.
The disrespect was real. in that episode, and then he ran her through. And then you find out the Grand Inquisitor is not dead. And of course, he has to get his little he can't go a full 10-minute monologue. He has to do a 5-minute one for this one. So he does this his little monologue, which I actually kind of like his monologues. They're actually kind of funny because you're like, dude, you are so full of yourself. It's hilariously awesome. He makes the bad dialogue work just because it's funny to me.
Yeah.
But then we see her find out. I'm guessing Reva found out about Luke on
Well,
Tatooine.
yeah, because she heard the little
The
thingy, and she was like,
transmission.
it was like, oh, like, you know, hope he doesn't find out about the children. I'll go to Tatooine. Some blah, 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 the boy. Blah, 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 blah.
And the episode ends on a thing of
I'm like,
Luke being asleep.
like if you don't cut off the person's head, they're not dead. I'm sorry. Even
Yep.
then, they might not be dead.
Yep.
They'll still throw them in a vat and make them live anyway. So it don't really matter.
In this universe, yeah, they'll put them in a bacta tank.
Yeah,
So,
and they'll still live. So it'll be interesting to see what's gonna go on with, you know, like how she's gonna get up. She gonna live because she has a will to live. she ain't gonna die. So
yeah,
like,
she's just that pissed off to still be alive.
like what role is she gonna play? Because she gonna go find out what's going on. So does that mean she gonna try to threaten Luke, and Obi-Wan's gonna have to kill her? Is she gonna threaten the kids as a way, talk about threatening the kids as a way to get to Anakin? He's like, wait, I have access to Anakin's children. He killed my family. I can kill his family.
Yeah.
So it's like it's gonna be interesting to see like what did she do? Obviously, it's in the past. Obviously, it did not work.
Yeah, whatever she does doesn't work.
Yeah, whatever she tries to do doesn't work. So what does she try to do?
Yeah.
Or does she become like an additional guardian over Leia, like in the background? Like, like what?
Okay, so like, Kenobi's gonna be on Tatooine. She's on Alderaan, basically. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, so that could go two ways. Either she's gonna try to kill them, or she tries to kill them and then becomes a guardian.
Gotcha. I get you.
Yeah.
Because we only got one episode left, so
yeah. So
that's all we got left. I for some reason I find myself enjoying the flashbacks in Star Wars a little bit too much. So what did you think about the flashback?
I know the flashbacks were great. Like, and I like, it's like, you're so focused on the victory, you're missing the battle, and therefore you're losing. And so, that's still how he was. He was so focused on taking down the ship that he didn't notice that there was a whole nother ship there. And like, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe they're not necessarily on this ship. Maybe I should think. Maybe I should investigate. Maybe I should take this moment. But
nope.
No. And therefore he loses.
Yeah.
So,
No, I did have. There was a very funny point that was brought to my attention in the flashback sequence. Why are they training with real lightsabers?
That is also true. Because if you mess up, your arm is gone. Like, where's like the little bamboo stick things? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? They're just as effective.
Because there were a couple of times I'm like, is Anakin trying to kill him? Because like he went for his head.
Like,
there was a couple times he had to die. He had to move back because the blade was coming at his throat. I'm like, bro.
I'm like, what if you had actually connected? Like, it's supposed to be sparring.
Yeah, not like, bro. What the hell wrong with you, man?
Like, calm it down, player.
But I did notice one thing because like they didn't use the de-aging thing on Hayden Christensen, and people are tripping about it. But I'm like, dude, it's been 20 years. You do realize Attack of the Clones was in 2002.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been 20 years, but they probably should have used like whatever de-aging thing they usually use. They probably should have used it on Hayden Christensen. I think it still looked fine to me, but
Yeah.
I get what people were saying. I'm like, yeah, dude, he's 20 years older. So if he was in his early 20s, I have no idea how old Hayden Christensen is. If he was in his early 20s, it's 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, he still looks good for his age, so.
So I'm like, that's yeah. But overall, I enjoyed the episode. I've been enjoying the series myself personally, just because I think they're doing a real good job of exploring like Obi-Wan and all the trauma that he's going through, as well as trying to keep Leia alive. You know, um, I, I have been enjoying myself. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next episode because I have no clue as to what they're going to do. I thought it was interesting that they brought Luke back up, and with her looking at the transmission, and then they end the episode with her with them closing, doing a close up on Luke's face as he's sleeping. So I'm like, please don't let nobody be there. Please don't let nobody be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we just gonna have to see. Reva versus Vader was actually really good. Grand Inquisitor being alive, while interesting, was not totally, you know, off the table because we know he's in Rebels. So I guess that is the guy that's from Rebels. So there's that. Yeah, enjoyed. We'll love to see what they do to wrap this up next week. Final thoughts?
Now I look forward to what they're going to do next. This should be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. And episode wasn't even long this week. It was only like 40 minutes. It was another short episode. Really weird, but hey, I'll take it. So I will take it. I'll take what they give me. So all right, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. We will be back at our regularly scheduled time next Sunday. Anything you want to pimp out, Vicky?
Yeah, as always, just come on by the podcast. Come on by the Twitch stream, Fangirl Review. Check out the YouTube Fangirl Review. And if you're on Pinterest, check me out over there. I'm Professor. What's my name on Pinterest? Check me out on there because yeah, Professor White. Check me out over there. I think if you look up Fangirl Review, because that's my actual name versus my username, there's two different names, whatever. Check me out over there. Save all my workout pins because that helps me be more discoverable and gives me money. So do that.
Cool. There will be no Winging It podcast tomorrow night because it's Father's Day, so we're gonna have the night off. I have some gameplay up of TMNT Shredder's Revenge, so check that out. I'm gonna probably play a little bit more tonight, and I may do a live stream tomorrow just because I'm probably not gonna have anything to do. So I'm just gonna do a live stream tomorrow. Got some things planned in the pipeline, so hopefully I have that stuff done by next week, but we shall see. And other than that, I hope you guys have a nice and lovely weekend. Enjoy your Father's Day if you celebrate, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.